Good day all. Welcome once again to your favorite program, The Conversation, coming to you from TV 360 here in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Nelson Ekujumi, and I have with me in the studio Peter Clever Okpara. Peter, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Yes, in this today's edition of the program, we want to look at the latest saga between the NLC President Joe Ajaero and the law enforcement agencies. Sometime last month, if I'm correct, in August, Joe Ajaero was served with an invitation by the Nigerian police, and the Nigerian Labour Congress jumped into the fray. I'm not sure that the invitation was for Joe Ajaero and the Nigerian Labour Congress. It was purely for Joe Ajaero, and he was alleged to come and answer. He was being invited to answer questions with regards to about 5 count allegations of criminal conspiracy, subversion, treasonable felony, cyber crime, and terrorism. Yes, the last one was terrorism. Okay. And the Nigerian Labour Congress issued a threat that if he's arrested, that they will go on strike. And I'm like, what for? We're a country governed by law. And under the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Joe Ajaero, as the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, does not have immunity from being invited, from being arrested, from being prosecuted. Only 4 categories of persons have immunity from that while they are in office, and that is the president, the vice president, governor, and deputy governor. So I'm like, we don't expect this from the NLC, because if we're a banana republic, even the Labour Congress won't be able to function. But because there's law and order, that is why they can, assert their rights. And we should be very careful not to turn our society into a lawless one. The other day, it was a former governor of Kogi State, Ajaero, and we all said, no, if you know your hands are clean, go and answer to questions from the security agencies. And it's a fact that security agencies themselves are not a court of law, to prosecute and convict. Whatever allegations they have against anybody, they have to take that person to court. And we have seen cases where the courts do their job. We have seen governors being sent to prison when the cases are proved beyond reasonable doubt. We have seen some being let off on, technical grounds. And those technical grounds are very logical and rational, except if you are thinking otherwise. So, Joe Ajaero, Labour Congress threatening strike if Joe Ajaero is arrested. I don't know how we got into this, because we've had several Labour leaders before Nigerian Labour Congress president before Joe Ajaero, and we will still have many after Joe Ajaero. The NLC is bigger than any individual. And moreover, the life of 220 million Nigerians is greater than the life of a single individual. Those allegations for which he has been invited to come and answer questions are very weighty allegations that borders on threats to our democracy and national security. So you expect a responsible organization to say, come on, Mr. President, these allegations are weighty. Go and answer, and so that you come out clean and you save us the stain that those allegations could rub off on us. Well, lo and behold, the Nigerian Labour Congress was saying we have mobilized our affiliates, our unions, we are going on strike. I'm like, how did we get to this level?
Oh, well, you have said it all. Joe Ajaero is an individual. That he hates the Nigerian Labour Congress does not give him the prerogative to run foul of the law and get away with it. That is just very simple. And I think the Nigerian Labour Congress as a body has gone through a process of devaluation under the leadership of Joe Ajaero. When you follow the antecedents of the Nigerian Labour Congress, and it has been, don't forget I think, was it November last year, when Ajaero mobilized the leadership of Nigerian Labour Congress to go and interfere in the election in Imo State.
The gubernatorial election.
And at the end of the day, he said he was beaten. And Nigerian Labour Congress had to call a national strike for that. You see, and these are very abnormal issues. And now to say, if Ajaero is arrested, all of us will go on strike. It's an aberration. But I believe that the security agencies and the government should not be intimidated by such threats. One way or the other, the government must have its way in certain things. And one of those things is to ensure that Nigerian Labour Congress or any other body does not misuse its powers or does not misuse its functions, you know, to create a state of anarchy on a very simple issue. You were allayed. By the time you go, you clear your name or you get in. That's just a very simple thing. As Ajaero. Are they now saying that Nigerian Labour Congress president can get away with any crime? Is it what they are saying? If he's arrested,
that's what exactly.
I think the government has to put its feet down. Put its feet down to ensure that the right things are done. We saw in the United States of America where a former president is being dragged here and there from one court to the other.
He went to court.
And he's going. He had been summoned by the police and he goes and all those things. What makes Ajaero now to, because he leads Nigerian Labour Congress, because Nigerian Labour Congress said they can go on strike. Government must find a way of all these irrational threats of strike. Yes, that is a responsibility of government. They must find a way to around all these irrational calls for strike. Because it's too many with the Nigerian Labour Congress since Ajaero became the president of Nigerian Labour Congress. Everything they would threaten strike. Everything they would have. The other day, they called a strike and shut the national grid, which is a criminal offense. No responsible government should allow those things. That's my own position. If Ajaero has an issue, if he has a, he should go and answer. By the time he has a lawyer that good enough, Femi Falana is his lawyer, you know, he can marshal out his defense and get away or either go in if he is culpable. Let nobody threaten Nigeria with those kind of, in other words, what the Nigerian Labour Congress is trying to say is that Ajaero can commit any crime and
he should not
nothing should be done to him. He should not be arrested. What rubbish is that? I was not even happy that the DSS just left him the other day because Nigerian Labour Congress threatened.
No, they said they granted him administrative bail.
So all those things are abnormalities, and those are some of the issues that make us laughing stock out there. Forget about the so-called statement from the UK TUC
leader
that Nigeria is repressing human rights because a certain leader was invited by the police. He shunned that invitation. Remember the first time he was invited?
Yes.
He just I will come on my own time. And after this, the
public outcry,
the police even allowed him to come on his own time. Now the second time he was invited, he didn't even which country is governed by those kind of rules. So let it be very, very clear. But let the federal government and the security agencies put their feet down. In situations like this, we should not create two laws for Nigeria. It should be one law for everybody.
Absolutely, because
yes.
The essence of government is to protect life and property.
Sure.
And if there's any threat
to life, the government must
has a
get, no matter the blackmail or whatever
yes.
the threat. That's
so
my
for
own
me,
position.
I'm like, and this is the first time we have a Labour leader who is a partisan politician.
Very, very
the way he has
partisan.
Dragged the name of the Nigerian Labour Congress into politics.
But I am even surprised at the leadership of Nigerian Labour Congress and TUC and all those affiliates that allowed themselves to be dragged into sometimes personal partisan issues. It's not hard. You cannot trivialize the weapon of strike.
The platform of the worker, of the collective Nigerian workers.
For the interest of one person.
Man.
Selfish interest, very narrow interest. You know, like what happened in Imo State. Everybody saw it.
Of course, we all saw it.
At the end of the day, you have to call a national strike because he alleged that the president was alleged on a mission that is very, very...
That is different from Labour platforms, yes.
You know, so Nigerian Labour Congress, I think by the time the government does its work as a government, because no responsible government will allow all these things to continue to fester. By the time the government makes its own position, even this threat of strike and all those things have to be addressed. I don't think Labour has the comfort of always coming up when they wake up in the day, or when Ajaero didn't wake up at night, maybe he wakes on the right side of the bed, you now call a strike. What kind of trivialization is that? I think the government itself has to put its feet down and send a clear message that this is a country governed by law. And under that law, everybody is subject to that law. Nothing will make you now to think or believe that you are above the law because you have the weapon of strike. No. We should not.
I think majorly the Nigerian Labour Congress as an organization have to review their activities. A case whereby the matter concerning the national president of NLC has been alleged for issues that have nothing to do with labor matters.
Sure.
Because those allegations are criminal matters.
Sure.
He has not yet been arranged.
Yes.
He has not yet been prosecuted.
It's just an invitation.
It's just an invitation. Come and this is what we have seen. Yes. Come and explain.
Yes. And you are not using
the platform of the Nigerian labor workers, Nigerian workers, to shun a legitimate, because even the people inviting him, they are also Nigerian workers. The security agencies, they are workers under the Nigerian law.
Of course.
And they represent the will of the Nigerian people.
Of course.
So it means that Joe Ajaero
enforcers of law and
order. It means Joe Ajaero and the leadership of Nigerian Labour Congress are telling the Nigerian people collectively that we can go to hell.
That is the thing.
That our security, our lives does not matter.
Do not matter. Yes, that is the thing. Don't forget that the genesis of this issue was when I think during the so-called protest, hunger protest, I think the police or DSS or whatever stormed the NLC building. We are in a certain floor. There was a British national that was operating in that room, who, as at present, has been indicted for treasonable offenses.
He has fled.
Don't remember very well that when that issue, Nigerian Labour Congress let all hell loose. That their building is invaded. That Labour is under.
As if they came to the office.
Even if they come to the office. Let us even.
No, we must situate it properly.
Yes.
The NLC building is a building occupied by many private businesses.
You let out a part of their building to a person who is suspected to have a project,
agenda to unseat a democratically elected government.
Country. And the security agencies went to conduct a search in his office. All hell was let loose, and NLC was everywhere. That the Labour building had been invaded, this and that. These are deliberate efforts. These are deliberate attempts. Well, at the end of the day, these things trivialize the good intentions of NLC and the Labour leadership. That means they are now being used for certain
subversive
activities, and you are proudly doing that. At the end of the day, you are if you do this, we go on strike. What kind of rubbish is that? I don't think any good government, any reasonable government will take that. Let the government make sure that they pursue the issue to its logical conclusion. That is the way law and order operates in any listen. Like we see where presidents are sent to jail. Former presidents are sent to jail. Here we are talking of an NLC president, being invited.
Peter, the most traumatizing aspect of the whole thing for me is that I went and brought out my copy of the Nigerian Constitution, and I read it from beginning to the end. I couldn't find anywhere where the office of the president of Nigerian Labour Congress was included that he has constitutional immunity.
There is no such thing.
So I'm wondering where Joe Ajaero and the leadership of the NLC think they derive the authority to challenge the authority of the Nigerian government and its people. Because what they are doing is an affront,
of course,
to the will of the Nigerian people.
Yes.
If there's no citizen of Nigeria, apart from those that the Constitution grants immunity, while they are in office.
Sure.
Because we have seen cases of governors
Of course.
who after the expiration of their tenure
are sent to jail.
we were made to face the law.
Yes,
And
they ended up in jail.
Yes.
Yes.
So we want to ask again, has the NLC become a tool for subversive activities against the will of the, because the government of the day represent the will of the Nigerian people. The government of the day got into office through the votes of Nigerians.
Of course, that is how it's supposed to be in a democracy.
Yes, so how the NLC wants to constitute itself into a law, I don't understand, except they want to create their own country where they can run how they want to be.
All said, I believe that the solution is for the government to pursue the matter to its logical conclusion, irrespective of the threats of NLC and
in fact, I've seen a lot of Nigerians dare them that let them go on strike and let us see if heavens will fall.
Of course.
Because this idea of threats, whenever we are discussing the other day you talked about the shutdown of the national grid for 48 hours.
Oh yes.
That was a treasonable offense.
Of course.
And if you ask me, what did it achieve? Rather, it damaged the Nigerian economy and also damaged the economy of the Nigerian people.
That is it.
So those acts by Mr. Ajaero and the Nigerian Labour Congress in challenging the will of the Nigerian people is unacceptable.
And that is because Ajaero and the leadership of the Nigerian problem are immersed in selfish political partisan interest. They are pursuing selfish partisan interests, and this must be very, very clearly stated out. You cannot be a labor leader that has this into even weaponized strike, and at the end of the day, you are a partisan interested party in a particular political party.
And we should also not forget that the national chairman of the Labour Party has called on him to resign his leadership or his presidency of the Labour Congress and come and vie for that of the Labour Party.
These are clashes of interest.
Absolutely.
Which should not be allowed.
The denigration of the image of the Nigerian Labour Congress under the leadership of Ajaero. I don't know who will ever equal it, maybe sometime later in history, but as of today, Ajaero has set a standard in which the Nigerian Labour Congress has sunk to the lowest ebb in terms of public image. It has become a political tool for achieving the political interests of Ajaero. And as a Nigerian, a lot of us are ashamed of what the Nigerian Labour Congress has become. The Nigerian Labour Congress, like we all knew them to be, was an intellectual organization, but not any longer. We are confronted with a lot of issues. We have not seen the Nigerian Labour Congress come up with position papers on how to get out of these problems. Rather, it is we'll go on strike if our leader is invited. We'll go on strike if he's arrested. Go on strike if a man has been found guilty for committing an offense against the state, for which that law, for which he has been alleged, is the same law that legitimizes your organization or your existence. It's a total absurdity, if you ask me. Well, thank you very much, Peter. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying tuned to the conversation on this first stanza. We'll go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please continue to watch the conversation coming to you from TV 360. We'll be right back.